Hey everyone! Welcome back to English Holiday. I'm Amanda.
And I'm James. So glad you're here with us today.
If you're a returning listener, thank you so much. The fact that you keep coming back truly means the world to us.
And if this is your very first time, welcome. You picked a great episode to start with.
So quickly, English Holiday is here to help people learning English pick up real, natural, conversational English, not textbook English, just the way people actually talk.
And the name says it all. Listening should feel like a holiday. Easy and fun. You're just relaxing and soaking up the language naturally.
If you enjoy what we do, please hit subscribe wherever you're listening. It takes 2 seconds and it really helps us grow. Okay, I'll stop with the sales pitch.
No, it's true though. Okay, so today's topic, I'm actually really excited about this one because I think this is really important to know.
Me too. Today we are talking about the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Oh, the DMV. Just saying those 3 letters, I feel something in my stomach.
I know, right? But the DMV is so important to understand, especially if you're living in or moving to the United States. We're going to cover vocabulary, useful phrases, and some tips.
So first, what even is the DMV? If you've never heard of it before, the DMV is a government office. It handles everything related to driving and vehicles in the United States.
Right, so things like getting your driver's license, that's the official card that gives you permission to drive a car, renewing your license when it expires, registering your vehicle. And by the way, to register your vehicle means to officially record with the government that you own that car. Getting a state ID card if you don't drive. All of that happens at the DMV.
And one thing that's really important to understand, the DMV is different in every state. The United States has 50 states, and each state runs its own DMV. So the rules, the fees, the process, they can vary quite a bit depending on where you live.
That is such a good point. Like in California, they call it the DMV, but in other states, it might be called something slightly different, like the BMV, Bureau of Motor Vehicles, or the DPS, Department of Public Safety. But the idea is the same. Always look up the specific rules for your state before you go. Okay, let's talk about the actual experience of going to the DMV. This is where the vocabulary really comes in handy. First thing, you walk in, and usually the first thing you do is get a ticket number.
Right. So a ticket number is basically your place in line. You go to a little machine, it looks kind of like a printer, and you press a button and it gives you a small paper slip with a number on it, like B47 or G12, something like that. Although these days, this process is often done digitally and paperless through your smartphone. You scan a QR code at the door and receive the same sort of number on your phone to wait your place in line until you're called.
And then you wait. There's usually a screen or speaker, and they call out numbers. You might hear something like, "Now serving B47, please go to window 6.
The window, or counter, is the desk where the DMV employee sits. When your number is called, walk up and tell them why you're there. Something like, "Hi, I'm here to renew my license," or whatever you may be there for.
If you made an appointment, you'd say, "Hi, I have an appointment at 10 a.m." And another useful phrase when you walk in, "Do I need to take a number?" Since appointment holders sometimes go to a different line. Also remember, if you're ever confused because you don't speak the language, there is usually someone there who can help you translate, so it's totally normal to ask for help in Spanish or another language. They are there to help you.
So let's talk about appointments versus walk-ins. A walk-in means you show up without a reservation, get your number, and wait. The wait can be 2 or 3 hours sometimes. Most DMVs now let you make an appointment online in advance, and the wait is usually much shorter. My number 1 tip, always try to book an appointment before you go.
Yes, absolutely. And another great phrase to know if you're not sure how long you'll be waiting, you can ask the staff, "How long is the wait?" It's a simple, polite question, and they'll usually give you a rough estimate.
Right. And rough estimate just means an approximate answer, not an exact one. Like they might say about 45 minutes, which means it won't be exactly 45, but somewhere around there.
Okay, let's talk about documents. This is where people run into the most trouble. Before you go, a super helpful question is, what documents do I need to bring? Check the DMV website or call ahead.
Typically, they'll ask for proof of identity, your passport or birth certificate, proof of residency showing where you live, and sometimes your social security number.
Proof of residency just means prove you actually live at the address you're giving them. A piece of mail with your name and address works, but make sure it's recent, from the last 60 days. Always double-check everything on the DMV website before you go. Most websites have a checklist of what to bring depending on what you need to do.
Okay, so let's talk about getting your license for the first time. Because if you're new to the US, this is probably what you're dealing with. First, there's the written test, sometimes called the knowledge test. This is a multiple-choice test where they ask you about traffic laws, road signs, speed limits, things like that.
Right, and if you're not sure where to go when you arrive, you can ask a staff member, "Where do I go for the written test?" Super simple phrase. They'll point you in the right direction. I also just want to point out that I think it's funny they still call it a written test, even though most often these days, the test is taken on a computer.
Most states let you study for the written test using an official handbook, and many now offer practice tests online. Definitely take advantage of those.
Once you pass the written test, you get a learner's permit. You can practice driving, but only with a licensed adult in the car. After enough practice time, you go back for the road test.
The road test is where a DMV examiner gets in the car with you and watches you drive, testing turning, parking, stopping at signs, and following the speed limit.
By the way, 10 and 2 refers to how you hold the steering wheel. Imagine the wheel is a clock, left hand at 10, right hand at 2. That's the proper hand position.
There's also a vision test at the DMV. You look into a little machine and they check if you can see well enough to drive safely. It's quick and easy for most people.
Right, and if you wear glasses or contact lenses, no problem, just wear them. Your license might say corrective lenses required on it, which means you must wear your glasses when you drive.
Okay, so let's talk about some important laws. Because knowing these things isn't just good English practice, it's actually really important for your safety and legally.
One important rule: you must carry your driver's license whenever you drive. If a police officer stops you and you don't have it on you, you can get a ticket, meaning a fine you have to pay. Also, in many states, you need to register your car every 1 or 2 years. You get a sticker for your license plate showing your registration is current and up to date.
In some states like California, you also need a smog check before renewing registration. It tests whether your car produces too much pollution. If it fails, you just have to fix it first.
And you'd go to a smog check station for that, not the DMV itself. So that's just a heads up, you might need to do that step first before heading to the DMV.
You'll also need the DMV when buying a car, new or used, to transfer the title, which means officially changing the paperwork so the car is in your name.
I'd like to register my vehicle, or I recently bought a car and I need to transfer the title. The staff will walk you through the forms.
Let's talk about forms for a second. At the DMV, you often fill out a form, just a document with blank spaces for your name, address, date of birth, and so on.
Sometimes the language on forms is very official and confusing. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. Just say, "Excuse me, I'm not sure how to fill this out. Could you help me?" Most staff are happy to assist. What about renewals? Licenses expire, they have an end date, and you need to renew them. To renew means to extend or update something so it stays valid.
Right. And the good news is, for renewals, a lot of states now let you do it online or by mail without having to go into the DMV at all. That's a huge improvement compared to how things used to be.
The DMV has improved a lot in recent years. Online appointments, online renewals, even self-service kiosks where you can handle simple tasks without waiting in line at all.
It really has. So I think the horror stories are getting a little better. Not gone, but better.
Let's do a quick recap of the useful phrases we covered today. Ready, James?
Ready.
First, when you walk in, do I need to take a number? Second, to check the wait, how long is the wait? Third, at the window, hi, I'm here to renew my license. Or, hi, I have an appointment at 10 a.m.
For registering a car, I'd like to register my vehicle. For documents, what documents do I need to bring? And if you're lost, where do I go for the written test? All very natural, useful phrases.
One more phrase useful in any confusing situation. Could you explain that again, please? Or, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Those are polite ways to ask someone to repeat themselves.
I didn't quite catch that is such a natural phrase. Catch here doesn't mean catching a ball. It means to hear or understand. So it means I didn't hear what you said. You'll use that one all the time. Genuinely? Okay, so to wrap up the main topic, any final tips you'd give someone who's about to go to the DMV for the first time?
Okay, final tips. Number 1, make an appointment online if you can. Number 2, check your state's DMV website for the full document checklist. Number 3, arrive 10 to 15 minutes early.
And I'd add, bring something to keep you occupied while you wait. Number 4, be patient and kind to yourself and to the staff. It can feel overwhelming, but once it's done, it's done.
And honestly, the DMV process is a great real-world English experience. Reading official documents, listening for your number, filling out forms, it's all great language practice.
That is such a good perspective. Turn it into a language learning opportunity. I love that.
All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We covered the DMV, vocabulary, phrases, tips. I hope you found it really helpful.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Whether it's your first episode or you've been with us a while, we are so grateful you're here.
Leave us a comment below and tell us what topics would you like us to cover next. Is there an English situation or place you'd love vocabulary for? We read every comment, and your suggestions shape what we make.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It's the best way to never miss a new episode.
Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. Be patient with yourself. You are doing great.
Take care, everyone. See you on the next English holiday.
Bye!